Good evening, everybody. My name is Reed Lester. I'm with Movement Mortgage. We're one of the appreciate that better than the alternative. We're one of the main sponsors tonight. So on behalf of Movement as well as the other sponsors, just wanted to say welcome and thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. We do have a full agenda tonight, so we're going to go ahead and kind of dive into it. I've prepared about 75 slides on mortgage rates and mortgage programs. Should only take about 90 minutes to work through it, but no, I'm not going to obviously subject you guys to that, but as much as I'd like to. But I will introduce our MC for the night. He's got quite the credentials, so I don't want to miss any of these. He was a 2016 president, 2023 Hall of Fame inductee, and 2026 director, Mark Parker.
They turned it off on purpose. So, good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing this evening? I love to hear that. So it's good to see everyone here tonight. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go kind of off script for a little bit. I know Cara and Sam are probably going, please, Mark, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Guess what? I'm going to do it. So hopefully I won't screw it up too bad. I just want to say, first of all, thank you to each and every single one of you guys for being here this evening, for taking your time out of your Friday to recognize a lot of people that are getting awards and inducted into their leadership roles. So you all look amazing. I'll tell you what, go ahead and give yourselves a round of applause. You guys are going to be doing a lot of clapping, so that's kind of a warm-up for everything. So before we get going, I do want to say a special thank you to all of the staff for Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors. They are truly, truly, truly an amazing group of people. They work tirelessly day in, day out, and I can guarantee you we wouldn't have the association that we have without their dedication, their help. They make us look good. They do a great job for us, so thank you to each of them. Also, a special thank you to the staff that helped put all this great event together. So it's great. Where's Danielle Claremont? Right there, right in front. So I do want to say a special thank you. Danielle, you've been a blessing since the day you got here. Thank you. You've done an amazing job. Danielle has an incredible talent for recognizing leadership. And what she does is she believes in people, she raises them up and makes them do more than what they think they can do themselves. And that has a lot to do with why our association is in such a great place. And I look forward to the direction that you take it in the future from here. So thank you. And next, I'd like to make it all about me. No, I'm so kidding. I am so kidding. Tonight has got absolutely nothing to do with me. I just want to say a special thank you to Frank for asking me to be the MC for this evening. Frank and I are great friends. We've known each other a long time. We've had a good time. We've spent many a time on the golf course. We've worked. I know. He paid me, trust me. Not enough. I work for him, so I can say that. But no, I really do appreciate it. It's an honor. I appreciate it. Thank you. We've been friends for a long time. I've enjoyed our times on the golf course. I've enjoyed our road trips to many a convention and the Bloody Marys, 1, 2, or 3 that we've had along the way as well. So, but thank you. So that's it. We are now back to our regular scheduled program. Let me get my cheat sheet out here real quick. And I think this one works. All right. As we get tonight started, I do want to thank one of our additional sponsors. If someone from Dorify MLS will come up and say a few words. I think that's going to be Matt Nagy, or is it Matt? There we go. We should have put you up front, Matt. But please thank our sponsors, because without their support, this is something that we couldn't do and put what a great event on for tonight. So, Matt, welcome to the stage.
Hi, I'm Matt Nagy, VP of Engineering for Dorify. I've been with Dorify almost 18 years now. I've been really proud to be part of the association and the MLS for so long. Again, we are no longer in the building, but we're regularly in contact with the association. Again, great partner. So congratulations to Frank and to Danielle, and looking forward to a wonderful year and a great partnership together. So again, thanks everybody.
Thank you, Matt. We enjoy the partnership as well. So next, please rise if you can. Let me make sure I got my notes here. All right. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's going to be led by the 2022 Triangle Realtors Leadership Academy. Dean Ann, take it away. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ann.
You're welcome.
And now, please welcome the 2022 President and 2024 President Awards recipient, Leslie Williams, to the stage for tonight's invocation. Ms. Leslie.
Good evening, and thank you very much to Mark. He just really gets me excited every time I see him. Yes, of course, why not? Let us take a moment to be fully present and pause. Tonight, we gather to recognize leadership, to honor service, and to affirm the trust placed in those stepping forward to lead our association and profession. We acknowledge with gratitude the leaders who have served before us, and we look forward and ahead and put the confidence in the leadership beginning today. May a spirit of collaboration guide the work ahead, strengthen our membership. As we welcome new leadership, we affirm our confidence in their ability to lead with courage, wisdom, and self-respect. May they lead with clarity, purpose, grounded in values, and committed to the responsibility entrusted in them. We recognize Frank as a leader who is kind and supportive, strategic and accomplished, fair in his approach, and deeply respected. Qualities that will serve our association and its membership well. May Frank and the incoming leadership team feel the full support of this membership and the profession that they represent as they begin their service. May they lead knowing they are supported by the association, industry partners, and leaders committed to the mission and the future of this organization. Grant them wisdom for thoughtful decision-making, courage to lead with conviction, and clarity to remain focused on what matters most: people, professionalism, and progress. May this be the season of unity and forward momentum, a season of shared leadership and mutual respect, a season where collaboration strengthens our association and elevates our profession. Remind us all that leadership thrives when it's supported, encouraged, and embraced by the membership it serves. May each of us play a part working together, lifting one another and contributing to the success of this leadership team. As we move forward, may our actions reflect integrity, our voices reflect respect, and our efforts reflect our shared commitments to excellence. Let this moment mark the beginning of inspired leadership, confidence, service, and meaningful impact. For Frank, the leadership team, the professional team, and for the industry we serve, amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. That was beautiful. On behalf of the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors, I'd like to welcome and recognize some very esteemed guests that we have with us tonight. From the National Association of Realtors, we have our President-elect, Christine Hansen. From our North Carolina Realtors Leadership Team, we have President Brenda Hayden. President-elect Brooke Rudd. The first Vice President, Renee Cooney, who could not be here this evening. The Treasurer, Adam Upchurch. And our fearless leader that has led our state into some great places, the CEO, Andrea Bushnell. From the Durham Association of Realtors, we have President Sandra Trice-Jones and CEO Sheila Willis. From our Orange Chatham Association of Realtors, we have President Randy Voller and CEO Ashley Johnson. And from our Johnson County Association of Realtors and President, we have a President Robin Williams and CEO Bonnie White. So, as we all know, taking on a role as important as the president of the association, it takes a lot of support from friends and family. So I'd like for you to meet Frank's family, if you wouldn't mind standing when I call your name. First of all, we have his beautiful wife, Kristen DeRonja, who, by the way, just recently retired from Helping Hands. I know I've got to say that, but she's put in an absolute amazing dedication to that. So I hope you get to retire and enjoy that time. To say that this is a powerhouse couple is an understatement. So for everything you do for the community, thank you. We have their son, Frank DeRonja III, who was here but could no longer, he had to move on to other places. Not that kind of places. We have his daughter, Josephine DeRonja. His other daughter, Emily DeRonja. His son, Roland DeRonja. And the queen of them all, Frank's mother, Emily DeRonja. Mark Parker, thank you for being here tonight. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. That's where I'm supposed to say thank you all for being here tonight. See, that's what happens when you have a script, right? At this time, we would like to honor our past presidents in attendance with the passing of the gavel. I'd like to start with, we're going to start with you, John? Or if all the past presidents wouldn't mind stepping up and forming a line, not on the stage, but right here in the front. No. Oh. Start with Harriet.
Want to start with me?
All right, that's a noisy bunch. All right.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll start off with the first past president.
Thank you. I'm Mark Parker, 2016.
I'm Harriet Doggett, 2015. Diana Braun, 2018.
Molly Owen, 2014.
Brett Bushnell, 2021.
Tim McBrayer, 2024.
Yes.
Asa Fleming, 2013.
Louis Grubbs, 2020.
We go from the pandemic to the recession. John Wood, 2009.
Leslie Williams, 2022.
Sharon Gupton, 2025.
Teresa Pitt, 2023.
Linda Trevor, 2011.
Renee Smith, 2019.
Eddie Spees, 2004.
I still am the president.
Tell him that.
Yeah.
You want to tell him that?
Oh, all right.
The one thing I never wanted was to see people put themselves in a resume of going up to president, and then they walk off into the sunset and you never hear from them. So here I am.
That's right. Good job.
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to say a special thank you to the presidents, the past presidents, for their continued support, their leadership, their guidance, and unwavering support for our association. So, all right, so now it's time to start celebrating our members for their outstanding achievements. Please welcome the 2021 President and 2024 Realtor of the Year, Brett Bushnell, to the stage for this year's Good Neighbor Award.
How are we all doing tonight? All right, well, I'd like to thank the Academy for their, tireless Oh, wait, sorry, wrong speech. Sunday, we're in award season. Good evening. First, I want to thank Mark Parker. You've done an excellent job so far. I can't wait to see the finale. I'm honored to be here and present this year's 2026 or 2025 Good Neighbor Award. The Good Neighbor Award honors RRAR member who makes a lasting impact beyond real estate through exceptional volunteerism and service. And this year's recipient truly lives that mission. For nearly 20 years, our recipient has dedicated her heart, time, and resources to supporting children with cancer and the families who walk beside them. What began as a simple act of kindness, organizing meals for a family in need, grew into a powerful nonprofit serving families across North Carolina. After moving to the Triangle, she launched the local chapter, Riley's Army of the Triangle, from the ground up in 2020, expanding a beloved mission and providing emotional, social, and financial support to more than 70 families receiving treatment at Duke and UNC hospitals. From gas and grocery cards to hospital visits, phone calls, and moments of joy during the holidays, her work reminds families that they are never alone. She built a board, formed partnerships with schools and businesses, and created signature fundraisers, including 5Ks, chef events, and now a thriving annual golf tournament. As a Realtor, she also donates a portion of every commission to support the mission, turning each transaction into an act of service. Because of her compassion, leadership, and unwavering dedication, families across the Triangle have been supported with hope and dignity it is our honor to present the RAR Good Neighbor Award to Karen Dupree Williams.
I'm going to read because I am quite emotional to be standing in this position. A lot of it may be redundant because I was unaware of what was going to be said about me this evening. Oh, I need my glasses. Good evening. I'm incredibly honored and honestly still a bit stunned to be standing here tonight. When I first learned I had been selected for the Good Neighbor Award, I truly thought it was a mistake. I even called Samantha in the board office and to tell her I believe the email had been sent to me in error. So yes, I stand here in disbelief, deeply humbled and overwhelmingly grateful. Thank you to the person who saw something in me and believed in me and took the time to nominate me. She is here with me tonight. And it is one of my greatest blessings to stand beside her, not only as a partner in real estate, but as my daughter and vice president of Riley's Army Triangle. And clearly she kept a great secret because I had absolutely no idea. To receive an award that speaks not to production or sales, but to character and service is one of the greatest honors of my life. I thank the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors for believing that being a good neighbor truly matters today. I have always tried to live my life with one simple goal, to be the hands and feet of my Savior. And while I never imagined that path would lead me here tonight, I know without question that every step has been guided by Him. It would feel incomplete to stand before the most influential professional organization, in my opinion, in North Carolina, and not share the story that shaped my heart and service for Riley's Army. Many years ago, my daughter became preschool friends with a little girl named Riley Michelle Philpott. They later grew into teammates on the soccer field. Riley was almost 6 years old when she was diagnosed with cancer. Her parents were young, overwhelmed, and raising 4 children while navigating hospital stays and devastating news. In 2006, not knowing what else to do, I simply asked if I could start a meal train. That small act of service became the seed of something much bigger because Riley's Army is no longer a meal train. What began with meals grew into presence, advocacy, and deep support. Volunteers sat with Riley in the hospital so her parents could go home, have dinner with their other children, and tuck them into bed. One day, Riley noticed a child in the hospital next door who was alone, and she asked why. That was the moment she chose to be a good neighbor, and she taught all of us how. This mission began in Greenville, North Carolina, where I started my real estate career. When we later moved back to Harnett County, which is home for me, resigning from the first board was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. But I left Greenville forever changed by a child with cancer and carried a quiet promise in my heart that if ever possible, we would bring this mission to the Triangle. Riley gained her angel wings 1 month shy of her 11th birthday. In 2020, during a church service, the pastor said, "Just ask the Lord and He will use you as His hands and feet." A month later, I asked Riley's parents, Kurt and Kelly Philpott, in the Greenville chapter, if I could start a chapter here in the Triangle. They said, "If you're ready, we're ready." And then COVID. We launched the Triangle chapter during the pandemic. We built a board, navigated hospital approvals at UNC and Duke, and kept going. Today, Riley's Army's chapter serves, as I stand here, 82 families, including 6 angel families. An angel family is a child that has moved on from us. Supported by a 9-member board, a family liaison, and an executive director. In 2025 alone, we grew by 55 families. Today, Riley's Army is a comprehensive support organization for children with cancer and their families. We provide spiritual support, financial support, hospital parking passes, gas cards, meal cards, family events, and toy drives. One of the most meaningful things we do is provide volunteers who sit with our families weekly during treatment. So a mom or dad has a companion for support and at times the opportunity to step away and take a short, much-needed break. We were actually in the hospitals today. And the families we serve are not someone else. They are the very families we buy and sell real estate with every day. Childhood cancer does not recognize social class, economic level, zip code, or job title. It does not care who you are. It shows up in every kind of home and in every neighborhood, and it forever changes a family's story. To make this work, we host 3 major fundraising events a year: Chef's Cook-Off at Market Hall in downtown Raleigh in February, which I have tickets for, our annual golf tournament at McGregor Downs in July, and a Camo for a Cause, which is like a Ducks Unlimited banquet in the fall. We're also deeply supported by faithful monthly donors who choose to walk alongside our families year-round, providing stability and hope when it is needed most. Together, these efforts allow us to continue walking beside families during the hardest seasons of their life. Recently, at a Christmas party, December the 12th, I sat with a beautiful 13-year-old girl who lives just minutes from where I stand. She has an inoperable neuroblastoma brain tumor and knows the likelihood of being with us next year is very slim. I promise you, 5 minutes with her would change anyone's life today. So tonight, I ask for support through prayer, participation, or partnership. I am once again deeply humbled to accept this award. I promise to continue finding ways to make our association proud and to be the very best good neighbor I can be. But tonight, I choose to share this award with a spunky little girl who changed my life many years ago because she is the one who taught me truly how to be a good neighbor. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. I don't know about you guys, but I have goosebumps. That was pretty moving. Thank you. Now let's welcome the 2020 President, 2020 Realtor of the Year, and 2024 Hall of Fame recipient, Lewis Grubbs, to present this year's Realtor's Choice. Lewis.
Thank you, Mark, for that gracious, gracious entry there. Thank you very much. This year's Realtor's Choice Award, it gives me great pleasure to present this. This award honors an individual who is respected in our industry, admired by their colleagues for professionalism, integrity, and contributions to the industry, as well as to their community. Our winner this year has a few other accolades that have been brought forward and he has been a part of. For example, he has been a member of the Raleigh Regional Association Board of Directors for several years, been a member as well as chair of our RPAC committee, been an RPAC trustee for Region 10, and done an exceptional job of that, I might add. A member also of the 2021 Triangle Leadership Academy class, and a member and graduate of the William C. Bass Leadership Academy from the North Carolina Realtors. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my friend, John McBride.
Thank you. Oh, God. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Tim. I don't have a speech prepared. I'll be up here just for a couple seconds. This is extremely heartwarming for me, and I feel very humbled to be here in front of all of you today. Thank you for those that took the time to nominate me for this award. It gives me tremendous pride, more than I can even express up here on stage. It matters to me the legacy that we leave for those that are going to come behind us. Life is short, it's very brief, and what we do in real estate is so critical for homeownership and providing generational wealth for people. I can't stress that enough. Thank you for everything all of you do each and every day. This business is freaking tough. It will eat you up and chew you out. But the fact that we are here today, strong as ever, means so much to me, and knowing that we are bringing a new, fresh generation of real estate agents into this marketplace and helping them develop the skills and abilities to be successful is so important to me. It's so gratifying to see the talent that continues to move forward through our industry. Thank you all. I don't deserve this, but it's so humbling to me. Thank you.
We had to bring in a bigger screen just to fit John in there. Congratulations, John. That's awesome. So at this time, I'd like to call our immediate past president, Sharon Gupton, to the stage to present the 2025 President's Award.
That's a beauty. Good evening. This is a great award, and I'm going to use my notes because, one, I don't want to miss anything on this one, but also I don't want to go over my 10 or 15 minutes that they've allotted me. Kidding. Will each of the previous past President Award winners please stand? And if they're not in attendance, let's give them a round. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you each for all you've done. So this award, the President's Award, goes to a member, per policy, who, for those who know me well, it goes to a member who exemplifies dedication to RRAR and the real estate industry. And as you've seen, these ones that have stood up, boy, do they ever. This year, so many of you and so many of our members gave so much to this association and this industry. Thank you so much for that. As many of you know, you go through your presidential year, you know of this award, and you have the year to think about it and list out those who are doing exemplary work. Well, the list for this award kept growing longer throughout the year because so many of you were just blowing out of the water with what you were doing. It's like being asked, which is your favorite child? Well, we're fortunate to have some excellent choices in this association and in this industry. And there is one that made my choice clear. A committee chair was needed for an important committee, a committee we knew was going to have a lot of work in 2025 because so much work had come from 2024 task forces, a new CEO, and so many things going on in our association. So needing a chair that was experienced and knowledgeable, it was clear who the best person would be to ask. Though at times in life, we have other commitments and loves. Sometimes those are loves that have been in our lives for years and are so heartfelt. They need our care. They need our love. They need us by their side. Still, I asked this person. And this dedicated, skilled, knowledgeable person said yes. And boy, she showed up. She brilliantly handled it all. her family, the love of her life, as well as her career, her leadership, and dedication to our association. She showed up and led the committee many meetings. She tuned into the board meetings. She even showed up for those leadership graduates that you're going to see tonight when the YPN hosted a networking event for them. She showed up for so many events. And she shows up for all of us with support, knowledge, and compassion. And she's shown up for years for us. So you can tell my sons I can't choose who my favorite child is, but I can choose who my favorite mama is. As we've all faithfully and affectionately called her, this award recognizes our favorite mama, Mama Harriet. Harriet, this is to you from all of us that through these years, you mean so much to us. I love you. Thank you. Ugh, what a picture. Oh, goodness. I'm not going to ad lib either. Sharon, I can't tell you how much it means to me to get this award from you. I really do appreciate it. So, and for me to give it to you. Thank you. Special. Thank you. When you have a passion for what you do, it's easy to volunteer. It's easy to give back. It's easy to support the efforts of our association, of our industry, of our way of making a living. Many of you know how very, very much I support and try to elevate. And I heard you say, Leslie, elevate earlier, elevate our industry, but elevate our professionalism in this industry. It's one of my passions. It's something that I try to share with my Realtor family each and every day. I hope that my Realtor family knows how much your support means to me and has meant to me over the years. And I hope that you know that you can always count on me for my support as well. I want to thank all of you. Sharon, I want to thank you again. I want to thank my family for being here with me to celebrate receiving this award. I'm grateful to them for the support that they have given me over the years, and particularly the support that they have given me this past year as I and they try to navigate life without my sweet Bill. What an honor it is for me to be recognized by Sharon, by all of you. And please know that I remain forever grateful for the opportunity to do what I do each and every day. For our association, for our industry, for my company, Long & Foster, but in particular for the honor of being able to work with each and every one of you in this great industry that we're in. I thank you all, and I appreciate that opportunity each and every day. Thank you all. Sharon, thank you. It's an honor. Thank you all.
Congratulations, Harriet. That was all very well deserved. All right, let's see. Now, I would like to invite the 2009 president, the 2013 Realtor of the Year, the 2018 Hall of Fame recipient, the 2019 President Awards recipient, yada, 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 and the 2025 Durify MLS Chair, John Wood, to the stage. By the way, he has a lot more accolades, but we just had to cut it off at some point.
But it's not about me. I promise you that. So I'm excited to, try to help you all a little bit. I'm excited to present the 2025 Hall of Fame Award. This award honors members who have exceptional personal integrity, professional leadership, and has made a lasting, positive impact on the real estate profession. We have many Hall of Famers in the room, so everyone who has received the Hall of Fame in the past, please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you. We love the continued support that all of y'all continue to share. So when we say Hall of Fame to Joe Shabbat, he's thinking baseball. And while he chose and passed on playing in the major leagues, he is a Major League Hall of Famer in the real estate world, and we're proud of that. While I've had a great friendship with Joe for 30 years, many of y'all have also shared and served alongside Joe and served a friendship with him as well. And I asked several people to give me their thoughts on Joe, and I want to share with you a couple of those comments. Joe is always there to greet you with a smile and a hug. Absolutely. The ultimate gentleman and the ultimate real estate professional. Clearly, that's Joe. He's consistently conducts himself with a spirit of kindness, good old-fashioned manners, and a deep respect for everyone in the space he shares. Joe is always the calming voice in the room. He quietly listens to everyone's input, often not speaking until everyone has spoken. Before he's heard everyone's side of the story, he waits and listens, and then only then, if there's a wide variety of opinions, will he speak up and often be the level-headed voice in the room. It's obvious that so many of y'all are friends with Joe, as I have been for 30 years. And he's meant so much to me over those 30 years, but he's also family is so important. And what I thought would be great is to share the stage with his son, Zach, who's also in our profession, and let Zach tell you more about his career. So, buddy, it's all yours.
Thanks. Pretty cool, huh? My dad, Joe, is a dreamer. In the early 90s, he brought this revolutionary new brokerage concept to our hometown in Kingston, New York. Some of you know it now as RE/MAX. Back then, it was taking the country by storm. In the mid-90s, he and John opened a neighborhood called Sunset Ridge in Holly Springs. And I was in high school then, and what I remember is the neighborhood around it was so rough, I wasn't even allowed to stop for gas on my way from Lockmere out to Sunset Ridge, right? Nobody could have seen what has become of that neighborhood now. He was at Carpenter Village before there was a village. There was a sales trailer, some dirt, and a dream. He was there to open Briar Creek before there was a golf course. People thought he was crazy. Everyone said, no one's going to live that close to the airport. So everybody's heard of these places, right? Yes, okay, you've been there. These are thriving communities. They're home to thousands of people and families and businesses. And he had a vision to bring these communities to life. My dad is a dreamer. And to quote the great Dave Chappelle, one of my favorite entertainers, in any moment, the person with the most powerful dream wins that moment. I think real estate tends to be an industry that's focused on statistics and transactions and volume. And I think we need more dreamers like Joe. We need more visionaries. We need more people willing to be the pioneer, those with enough courage to dream big dreams. My dad has helped thousands of families. He's mentored hundreds of agents. He served on every committee that this association could throw at him. I think he's still on one next year. So, can I have my row of folks stand up for a second? On behalf of the kids and the grandkids, Papa Joe, congratulations. Thank you for being a dreamer. Love you.
Wow. I didn't think this was going to be very emotional, sort of, but it's gotten that way really quickly. They said so many wonderful things. Maybe some of them were true. I'm not quite sure. But I'm going to tell you a quick story about this guy about 40 some years ago thought, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get a real estate license. I'm going to see if this would work out. Well, here we are 40 some years later, and we have lived in North Carolina happily. We are one of those damn Yankees that never went back home. And we've lived here, it'll be 32 years next month. John Wood and I have been friends for more than 30 of that 32. So to have John up here to speak and give me this award, it goes really deep. I mean, he's a cherished friend. He and his Michelle and my Michelle and I, we do things together, we travel together, we've been to France together. This is one of the most important people in my life. And I will tell you how I realized very quickly a long time ago that our friendship was pretty cemented. My son Zach indicated years ago when Sunset Ridge was the only thing in Holly Springs, John and I were down there selling houses for a pretty large custom builder team. And during my first 6 or 7 months as joining John on the team, we switched marketing companies. Well, the new marketing company came in and decided that, and by the way, we were selling a lot of houses. We were probably selling 90 houses a year. So we'd been together having some fun, selling some houses, playing a little bit of golf. Well, the new company comes in and we have a sales meeting, and John is kind of conducting because he's the senior manager down there. Well, as the story goes, their sales manager comes in and lets us know, has in the conversation that, oh, by the way, you and John are going to have to start wearing ties to work. Now, take a look right here. With John Wood in a tie is really an honor for me tonight. But John very nicely said, and we've been friends for 6 months, 7 months. We know each other pretty good back then, not like we do today. But John very nicely said, if we've got to wear ties, Joe and I are quitting. And it was, it's like, what? So you can imagine how that conversation went when I went home to talk to my wife to say, oh, by the way, my partner, John Wood, said we may quit if we have to wear ties to work. The good news is we could remain in our golf shirts and we remain friends. But one thing I just wanted to say about our long-winded and lots of rolling R's association. Boy, every time you have to speak out too many times for the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors, it gets a little lengthy. But one of the things that has been the most rewarding of me being here in North Carolina is this. I mean, my goodness, to work with and volunteer with and serve with people that are in this room for years, and to pull and to draw on their spirit and the time that they give, the energy, the resources, the creativity and collaboration. It is an amazing association that has been so rewarding because, as John said, this is a hard business. And when we can get together as volunteers and serve on boards and things, it is truly an honor. And it is so rewarding. I cannot begin to tell you what a big part of my real estate life that has been over these last years. And the last thing I do want to say that probably I kind of thought about this a little. What would I say? What would make sense? What would be not too long-winded? And I'm already, past that. But is do you have a secret sauce? And I thought very quickly about, you've been doing this for 40 years. What's your secret sauce? And it is really straightforward. It is treat people like you want to be treated. Do the right thing when you're in a position of leadership. And for me, it's family, it's family, and it's family. It has always been, it will always be. It is the most important priority of my entire life. I'm so honored for this, but thank you so much. Enjoy the evening.
Congratulations, Joe. Very well deserved. That's awesome. All right, next, drum roll, please. It is now time to announce the 2025 Realtor of the Year. Please welcome back to the stage the 2024 recipient, Brett Bushnell.
Thank you, Mark. I know it's me again. I apologize. Tonight we gather to honor a realtor whose impact cannot be measured by a single transaction, a single year, or even a single title. This year's Realtor of the Year, or ROY, as we often use the acronym for, is someone whose service has been steady, strategic, and deeply rooted in the belief that our association is stronger when we all step up. And actually, speaking of step up, who here has received the Realtor of the Year? Will you please step up and be recognized? Please stand if you've received Realtor of the Year. Fantastic group. This individual answered the call to leadership early and kept answering it. Not once, not twice, but again and again. Year after year, through changing markets and evolving challenges, Roy returned to the boardroom with the same dedication and sense of responsibility, sometimes as a director, sometimes as a voice representing us beyond our local, sometimes quietly, without a voice, but never without influence. I'm not going to name everything Roy has accomplished, as the amount of certifications, professional designations, and roles they have served in or continue to serve in would give it away. It also would probably, the staff would kill me because they sent me everything this person has done. It was like 2 pages of fine print. It was amazing over a long period of time. You could follow Roy's leadership journey like a roadmap of commitment, from guiding policy, stewarding finances, to shaping bylaws that protect the integrity of organization. When strategic planning was needed, this person didn't just participate, they led. When RPAC needed a champion, they stepped forward, served as RPAC chair, did a fantastic job. When tough conversations arose around personnel, governance, or long-term vision, this realtor leaned in with professionalism and clarity. This individual also believes that leadership is not just about today, but about tomorrow. They helped identify and cultivate future leaders. They invested in leadership development initiatives. They supported the launch of programs that would still be making a difference long after their own term ended. Their influence reaches beyond our board and committees. They have supported our profession at the state level, national level, given generously of their time to causes that strengthen our community, Realtor Foundation at both the state and state and local levels. And perhaps most telling, this is someone whose peers have consistently recognized their character and contribution, honored for excellence and honored for leadership. This realtor understands that true leadership isn't about titles, it's about service. It's about showing up prepared, always does this, listening carefully, and also always does that, and making thoughtful decisions, and always putting the association and the profession first. I want to read from an excerpt from the nomination form we received, and I've had to sub in Roy to not give it away. Roy is highly respected across the Triangle real estate community. Among peers, they are known as an agent who always makes time for others, sharing knowledge, answering questions, encouraging newer agents to succeed. Roy's sweet and approachable demeanor makes them someone that both colleagues and clients naturally gravitate toward. Industry professionals, including lenders and attorneys, consistently remark on Roy's professionalism, preparation, and collaborative spirit. Roy's reputation is one of genuine care. They are of the kind of realtor who not only closes transactions, but builds lifelong relationships rooted in trust. So tonight, as we celebrate the very best of who we are as realtors, it is my honor to finally reveal this recipient of this year's Realtor of the Year Award. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming to the stage our 2026 Realtor of the Year, Teresa Pitt.
First, giving honor to God. Christ. And my husband, Dalton Ray Pitt, who has always, almost 46 years this year, stood beside me and with me and has guided me and supported me through this journey. Almost 32 years ago, he would always just be there and looking at me and looking at my career and my choices. And someone asked him if he wanted to get into real estate. And he was like, nah, not. But I think my wife, Teresa, that might be something she would pursue. So 32 years ago, this March, I started that journey. And I started that journey with service first and be the change. And throughout this journey, I have had so many shoulders that I have stood upon, from Marietta Williams, Myra Zollinger, John Wood, when I started the volunteer journey. And John always would laugh and say, well, Teresa, you started at the state and then you came back. And it was like, well, I didn't know where, I just wanted to serve. So I went where I had the opportunity. But I have to say, the professional staff, thank you for your support. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Mark, Molly, to all those and Asa, where's Asa? To all those that I watched through the years lead this association and lead through times, Lewis, of turmoil, COVID, but always led with members first. And that's what I saw, members first. And it comes naturally when it's in your heart to serve. there is not the goal to achieve an award, but the goal is just to have served and have someone's heart be touched by your service. And know that just that one day, that person that you served knew that someone cared about them on that particular day. I want to thank my family. I'm going to get you for being here, for keeping the secret. And as you don't know, I drove to Orlando on Wednesday and drove back yesterday. Yes, I drove. And I got back last night about 8:30. But I wanted to be here to support others and to support those that I know toil so much in making this association, Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors, what it is today. So I just want to say thank you, and this was a surprise. I just want to say thank you to those, and where's Eddie Speeds? Yeah, he's over there. Thank you for allowing me to just observe, to just be there to listen. And thank you for welcoming me in, saying hello, and just allowing me to serve and encouraging, because you don't know when someone walks through that door of that association, what their mind frame is, and one little thing could turn them off. So your friendliness, and your welcoming spirit is what we need to continue as we move forward. And I want to thank all of the past presidents that are here, and also those that are not here and those that have passed on, because your legacy lives on through me.
Congratulations, Teresa. That is awesome. Extremely well-deserved. Thank you for all that you've done over the years. So with that, I would like to say congratulations to all of the winners from the outstanding achievements and dedication. Your leadership, your service, your commitment continue to elevate our association and our industry. Next, well, unfortunately, the 2025 TRLA Dean, Tom Finnegan, he was unable to be with us tonight. So in his place, please welcome Maya Galetta, who is the 2023 Dean of the Triangle Leadership Academy.
Help me out here. All right. Good evening. It is an honor to be with you here tonight. Before I get started, I wanted to give a shout out to Colleen Ellis, who is one of our graduates tonight with Leadership Academy, for bringing Woolly Bull to the reception tonight. Okay. What is leadership? The dictionary defines it as the action of leading a group or an organization. Isn't leadership also being supportive, stepping up when asked, and collaboration? Tonight, the class and I are doing all those things. Unfortunately, the dean, Tom Finnegan, a great friend and neighbor, is unable to be here tonight because his mother passed away this week. So Tom sent over a few highlights of the year, but the entire class pitched in to help write the graduation speech. These are Tom's words. From all walks of life, experiences, and expertise, all jumped in feet first on their first day and engaged in a program without reservations. This class connected quickly and built a network of encouragement, support for each other, cheering through every challenge. They learned about leadership, our great association, they advocated, learned about themselves, and dared to step out of their comfort zone at Bond Park and Media Day. They tackled all gladly. I am proud to say many joined or led committees this year at the association. One is being sworn in tonight as a new board member. One passed the big certification. One received the Gene Hunt Award. One published a book. One conquered fear of public speaking, and two got married. We participated in the first ever TRLA field trip to the Durham Association. In all, the year went too fast. It has been an honor and a joy to be Dean of the 2025 class, and I look forward to their bright futures as leaders. And now, a few words from the students. On behalf of the graduating class, we are truly appreciative of this experience. The Leadership Academy has been deeply fulfilling, invigorating, and worthwhile. It challenged us to be introspective and intentional, creating a true paradigm shift in how we view leadership. This program was motivating and transformational. It challenged and encouraged us in life, pushing us to grow while surrounding us with a supportive community. Each session was thought-provoking, insightful, and empowering, filled with positivity and purpose. We leave today feeling inspired, grateful, and ready to lead with confidence. Thank you for believing in us and for creating an experience that truly changed us. And now I would like to introduce the class of 2025. Please hold your applause until the end. I hope not. I can do good with these names. Scott Albano, John Carter, Emmy Dewberry, Sheila Doyle, Colleen Ellis, Tomas Galetta, Mari Carmen Granados, Jennifer Horton, Angela Howe, Timothy Johnson, Inga Cadell, Jay Lubke, Andrea Monhagu, Caroline Numbers, Jennifer Tabarek, Angela Sao, Suri Vadarajadan, Ivan Wallace, and Michelle Zong. Congratulations, class. Good job.
Congratulations. That's all right. Thank you. Congratulations. I did pretty good. That's all right. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's awesome. Absolutely. Congratulations, Brad. Congratulations. That's awesome. I'll give them a few minutes to get their seats. Almost time for the bar. We're getting close. I'm having fun. You know what? I have not been drinking. That's the scary part. I usually do this a lot better when I'm intoxicated. So, right? The judge, the jury's still out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to install our 2026 Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors Board Officers and Directors. Please welcome back up to the stage, John Wood.
Yeah, I know. Was not planning on being up here this much. So thank you, Mark. And I've had the honor to serve on a variety of realtor boards for the last 20 years. And I felt like we've always done such rewarding work. And I personally and many people around me have learned so much for being part of a board and part of how to make these associations better at what we do. We also developed a lot of great friendships over the years, as we have seen today. Those friendships cross many, many company lines and many, many other barriers, and that is part of the beauty of being involved and being in the association and being involved in the board. The talent and the enthusiasm of the 2026 board is just amazing. And Frank, you've got a great board behind you, and I know y'all are all looking forward to serving. So I'm going to call the new board directors' names. Please hold your applause until they all get on stage, and we'll try to do it in rapid order as Maya did just a second ago. So we see if we can pull that off or not. So our president-elect is Derek Thornton. Please come to the stage. Secretary-treasurer is Kevin Starkey, who cannot be with us tonight. Immediate past president is Sharon Gupton. That's our executive committee. And then our directors, Eddie Alley, Colleen Blondell, Corinne Bowman, Michelle Bratt, Hannah Chan, Jen Cole, Harriet Doggett, Julia Forsmark, Tally Griffin, Lisa Shue, Mark Parker, Tabia Peterson, Cindy Poole Roberts, Farah Porcheretti, Gabby Morella, Shiv Nuna, Brian Seltzer, Jay Sutton, Amy Taylor, Tim Mock, Evan Wallace, and Marianne Wilson. Welcome to the stage. We'll let them get settled. You got more room? You got more room over there? Keep moving. You got some people hiding over here. You don't want to hide, Marianne.
Yeah, I'm not.
What a great group. What a great group. So it's now time to install these esteemed officers and directors. Leadership begins with service. As you assume your roles, you join those who step forward to serve both the profession and the public. As officers and directors of the association, you're entrusted to uphold the highest standards of professionalism, ethics, and integrity on behalf of your members and the communities you serve. Through your leadership, you will help strengthen our association and elevate the real estate profession through cooperation, fairness, and service. So for those being installed, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly promise and swear to faithfully perform the duties of the office of which you've been elected, in accordance with the Constitution and bylaws of the association, to observe and enforce the Realtor Code of Ethics, to uphold and support the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors, the North Carolina Association of Realtors, and the National Association of Realtors, to uphold the North Carolina Real Estate License Law, and to conduct yourselves with honesty, fairness, and integrity, always acting in the best interest of the association, its members, and the public. Do you so subscribe? You may lower your hand. Hang on. I'm not done. I'm not done. The fun line here, by the authority vested in me, boy, what a word, I hereby declare you duly installed as the officers and directors of the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors. Congratulations. Now y'all can go. Good job. To the bar, I guess.
All right, John has definitely earned a drink this evening. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and thank you for your service. So, thank you. Once again, congratulations to our newly installed officers and directors. With our leadership team in place, we turn to installing the individual and the man of the hour who will guide our association and lead us ahead. Please welcome to the stage the 2022 Hall of Fame recipient and my friend, Amy Butler.
Thank you, Mark. Please welcome your 2026 president, Frank DeRonja, and his beautiful and talented wife, Kristen, to the stage. Not too far. To Frank, Kristen, the DeRonja family, friends, colleagues, and members of RRAR. Joe, I feel you with the rah, rah, rah. It is truly an honor to stand here tonight to celebrate someone who means so much to me, both professionally and personally. Frank and I have a long history. In fact, I hired him into real estate all those years ago. And I'll be the first to admit he surpassed me in many ways after that. And in one of life's full circle moments, when Frank decided he wanted to expand his firm, he hired me. That says a lot about the kind of leader he is, someone who values relationships, loyalty, and shared growth. Frank is a true friend. He's the kind of person who shows up consistently, thoughtfully, and with integrity. I admire him deeply, not just for what he's accomplished, but for how he's done it. His professionalism, steady leadership, and genuine care for people are qualities that set him apart in our industry. Frank once said, "I got involved in the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors because I wanted to build meaningful relationships and connections with fellow professionals while helping protect and advance our collective interests in an ever-changing market." Anyone who knows him knows that this isn't just a statement, it's how he lives his work every day. Through his involvement with RRAR, Frank has shaped policies, championed programs, and supported community initiatives that truly reflect the heart of our profession. He understands that our work is not just about transactions, but about people, neighborhoods, and the future of the Triangle. His leadership has always been thoughtful, collaborative, and forward-looking. As Frank steps into the role of president, I have complete confidence that RRAR is in exceptional hands. He leads with vision, humility, and a deep respect for the professionals he serves. He listens, he acts with purpose, and he never loses sight of the bigger picture. Frank, I'm incredibly proud of you and grateful. Thank you for your friendship, your leadership, and your unwavering commitment to our industry. Congratulations on this well-deserved honor, and congratulations to RRAR for gaining such an outstanding president. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly promise to faithfully perform the duties of president to the best of your ability in accordance with the Constitution and bylaws of the association, to observe and enforce the Realtor Code of Ethics, to support the North Carolina and the National Association of Realtors, to act with honesty, fairness, and integrity, promoting the best interests of the association, its members, and the public. Do you so subscribe? By the authority vested in me, I hereby declare you duly installed as the president of the Raleigh Regional Association of Realtors.
You're wonderful. You're the best.
Well, it was January 2011, and I was lonely. I had recently gone out on my own and started my own real estate company, and I was working by myself out of this 3-room office in what was, frankly, a super sketchy office park. Helen, you know. I had a few clients to start, which was good, but I literally was all alone. And those of you who know me well know I'm just slightly obsessed most of my adult life with self-improvement, motivation, developing a positive mindset. And it starts with Norman Vincent Peale's Power of Positive Thinking to Napoleon Hill's Law of Success, Og Mandino and The Greatest Salesman in the World. These books and audiobooks are always present in my life. Well, those first few months in that little office, I was reading those things over and over and over again. But there are a lot of common threads in these books. A few are, have a definite chief aim for your life. Your thoughts are things. What the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. And the principle of a mastermind. So, what is a mastermind? In the self-improvement world, a mastermind is defined as a coordination of knowledge and effort in the spirit of harmony between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. And this creates a result that is greater than what any individual can produce alone. And sitting in that ratty little office all by myself, there were no masterminds happening. So what was I going to do? Well, when I first got into real estate, my good friend and my mentor was a gentleman named Shields Pittman. And Shields, he had been engaged with REALTOR for a long time. And he was a past president, I think, in the 80s. And Shields, if you didn't have the pleasure of knowing Shields, boy, y'all missed out. When I first, Shields asked me to sit in an office next to his, which was kind of an honor, but I say kind of an honor. But my favorite part of my mornings was hearing him make his phone calls. He would dial for dollars, as they say, for expireds and withdrawals. I think it was the Sweat Hogs program. If any of y'all remember that. And he would call, I could hear him through the walls of the office, and he would say, "This is Shields Pittman." That Shields like Brooke Shields, only she's young and pretty and I'm not. And it was constant. So Shields had been so involved in AR. I said, what would Shields do? I thought, let me investigate this. Let me get involved with the associations and meet some people and maybe create some masterminds. And so I headed over to 111, and the committee, without any prerequisites at the time, was the Community Service Committee. And I had no idea what I was walking into that first meeting that day, but it was the happiest place you ever saw. Now, you got to remember, this is 15 years ago. This month, this was a pretty low point in our industry. We were all going through some tough times, and you had this group of people at the association who were coming together to do community service projects. They were planning and staffing these things. The building wheelchair ramps and the crop walk and cleaning up playgrounds in Raleigh and just showing up to help. And these were the happiest people, and I knew they were my people. Many of the folks I met that first year being involved in the Community Service Committee are still trusted friends. Teresa Pitts, Denise Stevenson, who's not here, but who works with me, and my dear friend Sarah Duchamp, who's somewhere out there. I loved walking through the doors of 111 back then and being surrounded by all these positive people. And time goes on, I got more involved with parts of the association, the foundation, now Raleigh Giving Network, and Triangle Multiple TMLS Board of Directors, now Dorify. I formed these relationships with people, amazing people, John Wood and Asa. And I quickly learned, and y'all mostly, if you don't know this, you will learn, having strong and positive relationships with agents across the triangle is the number one thing you can do to represent your clients. There's already a level of trust when you have a multiple offers or repair negotiations. And during those years, past years, my business grew, and frankly, now I had a group of people in office. I had a beautiful office with the most positive people in my company, and I still love walking through the doors of 111. The more I became involved with the association, the more busier my business became, and I'm 100% confident those two things are connected. It's a mastermind. One of the other byproducts of my self-improvement obsession are the multiple notebooks I carry around with me. And I carry them around, I was like a madman in my backpack, and I've got a ton of them. And I use these things for lists, write out my goals, and to write out my definite chief aim, which is, I try to write my definite chief aim out multiple times a day, really 15 times a day. And a definite chief aim is like your personal mission statement. It's like, what are we really here for on this earth? And I've got it's pretty long, it covers a bunch of things, but my first two sentences are, I, Frank DeRonja, serve God and man, and I am patient and kind. Those are my two first sentences. And these are my most important goals when I wake up in the morning. If I absolutely can't do anything else that day, I got to focus on that, and no matter what. Some days are much harder than others, but my masterminds are always happening, and it starts with the love of my family when I wake up in the morning, and the positive energy of all my colleagues at DRE, who a bunch of them are here, thank you, and all of you all at the association, the volunteers and the professional staff, all serving others, and the result's been far greater than any I could have ever produced alone. I know this association is going to continue bringing people together in a spirit of harmony as we move forward in 2026 and beyond. So thanks to everyone here. Y'all are part of me attaining my definite chief aim each and every day. And I say y'all are magic and the most special mastermind I ever could have dreamed of. To close, I have a few specific thank yous. One is back to our sponsors for making tonight happen, Movement Mortgage and Reed Lester, the Dorify, the MLS, the board, and that professional staff. Ragsdale Liggett, Bob Ramser, and Ashley Black and Ashley Ray, Travis Jack, Flyboy, Ed Roberson, home team, thank you all always for being there for us, and Live Oak Title. Shouting out again to the professional team at RAR are just amazing. We all know it, but thank you all. Those helping with the program tonight, Mark Parker, good friend, John Wood, Ann Gray, Leslie, just an amazing person. And then Amy, no one better, And John, I don't know where John Butler is, but he's wore a suit for me today. And Amy and John are my partners, and they've changed my life. And then to all my Dre people in my office. Finally, my family, my kids, my mom, who showed up, and my wife, Kristen. She's really, she really is patient and kind. She's let me chase this dream multiple iterations over and over again with a smile, and I love you very much. Thank you.
Congratulations, Frank. I know you will take us to great heights. We look forward to your leadership. So in closing, I want to say congratulations again to all of our award winners, the TRLA graduates, our newly installed leaders, and thank you to each and every one of you for joining us here this evening. It's going to be another great and successful year at Raleigh Regional Associations of Realtors. So someone asked me earlier on what was going to be my finishing act. I thought I'd do some backflips across the stage, but you know, my hip's given out and there's not enough alcohol in me yet, so that's maybe later on. So I know I'm the man that's standing in between you and having an adult beverage and enjoying some great food out there. So with that, thank you to each and every single one of you being here. It's been a great evening so far.